and welcome once again to another fantastic Minecraft tutorial. My name is Dr. Wasabi, and in today's episode we are making the M.X.E.S Security System from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin DLC. So for added context, the M.X.E.S Security System is the main antagonist, well I should say secondary antagonist, but I won't spoil too much. The main antagonist of the new Ruin DLC, essentially stopping you from reaching the pizzaplex basement, and of course releasing a very dark figure. Now, in comparison to our more early Ruin tutorials, for those who don't know, I had a massive week where I basically uploaded 3 at the same time, which was pretty crazy. This is going to be a lot less detailed than you might think, especially in the texture area, because this is essentially a digital entity. There's a lot less focusing on the texture and more on the overall shape of the being itself. With one of the details being that it doesn't really have any legs, instead it just sprouts out like some kind of data stream plant. Right out from the ground when you're in the AR mode, so this is going to be a challenge indeed. So without blabbering too much into the specifics, let's get on to the block list. Okay, so for the M.X.E.S Security System build, you'll need the following block items: black concrete, polished black stone stairs and slabs, blue terracotta, crying obsidian, purple concrete, purple stained glass panes, white concrete, white stained glass, and sea lantern. So those are going to be the blocks for today's build. Now, for any survival players, my main advice would be to collect as much blue terracotta as humanly possible. This is going to be the main block ingredient for this build. In terms of more rare items like the crying obsidian, it would be okay to pull out on the list alongside the blue terracotta. But apart from that, the main advice I would give to you is, to repeat the statement, to collect as much blue terracotta as humanly possible. So with the block list out of the way, I think it's time to get in to our time lapse. And we are back after that amazing time lapse, folks. But before I show you anything more, I just want to say, if you do like what I do, please like and subscribe. Now let's have a look at what we've built here. Overall, a really easy tutorial in my experience. A lot of the more new Ruin tutorials have been just chocker full of texturing and small little details, but with the M.E.X.E.S security program, it's a bit more smooth, of course, because it's more of a digital entity, so it doesn't really share the same kind of details and knickknacks that the other animatronics do share. But overall, I think this came out really well, in my opinion. One thing I do love is these little strips of light over the actual creature itself. A really nice touch, in my opinion. It was a bit weird having to try and figure out whether I should make it not luminous or if it's luminous. Because when you're doing a lot of glass art like this, it can be quite difficult kind of placing the glass and then the light behind it. So it was a bit of a touch and go when it came to placing where the lights were going to be. But on a whole, it works out pretty well in my opinion. So going through the entire build itself, if we go to the bottom of the build, of course, because this is a digital entity, the M.E.X.E.S kind of grounds itself from some sort of like data stream which sort of evolves into a torso, and of course you've got these kind of streaks of light which acts as its arms. A nice little detail I saw there. It's not actually like a bit of like digital skin like you see over here, it's like a flaming streak of light, very similar to the sort of streaks on its torso, which was a really nice detail. It goes up into the hands, which have a bit of a color change over here, just to kind of differentiate, because you don't want too much saturation in the build. And of course, going up, we have the instantly smiling M.E.X.E.S face. This thing is constantly smiling. I imagine it might ache after a while, but that's just me. And of course, we go over to the nice little bunny ears with the use of the purple stained glass for a little bit of a effect over there. So that has been our tutorial for today, the M.E.X.E.S Security System from Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin DLC. I do hope you enjoyed this. We're trying to finish off all the tutorials for Ruin, going one at a time until we finish all of them. I do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. My name has been Dr. Wasabi. I bid you a most pleasant good evening, and of course, as always, God bless. And now, folks, it is time to say good night. We sincerely appreciate your viewing and hope we've succeeded in providing you with an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Stay happy and come back again soon. Good night.